past tense. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true.
Are you thinking about your next winter vacation? Forget Switzerland because Kashmir in India is straight up wonderland in winters. This is your chance to experience true winter magic without leaving India. And by the end of this video, you are going to become a pro at planning your perfect Kashmir winter getaway, flights and transportation. So let's start with how to reach Kashmir. Flights are going to cost you between 6 to 9,000 rupees, and depending from where you are coming from, you are going to land in Srinagar. Once you are in Kashmir, transportation can be a little tricky because this isn't your regular Ola Uber territory. So local cabs are the way to go because apps don't work here and pre-booking is a must to avoid getting stranded. For the whole trip, you can expect to pay 2,000 rupees to 4,000 rupees per day for a cab, depending on the type of car you select. That means if you are booking a 4-seater car, then it is going to cost you 2,500 rupees per day. If you are going to book a 6-seater car, then it is going to cost you 4 to 5,000 rupees per day. We booked a 6-seater car Innova for around 4,000 per day. I am leaving his contact right in the description if you want to book cab in Kashmir. You just have to pre-book your cab for the number of days you are planning to visit Kashmir and you are good to go. In certain areas, like for example Gulmarg, only union taxis are allowed, so these local cabs cannot go there. So the driver is going to leave you at the parking spot. From there, you can easily find 4x4 drive cabs because in winters the roads are very snowy, can get slippery. So two-wheel drive cars are not safe, so that is why local union cabs, which are going to be 4x4 wheel drives, those are mandatory. They are going to cost a bit extra, but trust me, it is well worth it. Like for Gulmarg, you will need to switch to a union taxi at Tanmar. There is a dedicated parking area where these taxis are readily available as soon as you step out of your car. Our union taxi cost us 2,500 rupees. That took us from Tanmarg to Gulmarg. Your cab driver is also going to assist you in getting these local union taxis, so do not worry about anything, and you don't need to take any permit or anything. You will just have to share your Aadhaar card information with your taxi driver before coming to Kashmir, so he is going to take care of everything. That covers our transportation segment. Let's get to the good stuff. Where should you go? First is Gulmarg. It is a snow sports heaven. Even if you don't want to ski, Gulmarg gondola ride alone is worth it. You will experience breathtaking views of the snow-capped mountains. Pahalgam. It gives a picture-perfect postcard views, especially in winters when everything is blanketed in snow. Srinagar. Include some days in Srinagar as well for the breathtaking Dal Lake and Shikara ride. Explore the stunning Mughal gardens and don't miss the chance to savor authentic Kashmiri cuisines and local cafes. Sonmarg. Roads can be close to Sonmarg if the snow is very heavy, but if it is not close, you have to go there. It is mind-blowing. The views on the way is also amazing. I am going to drop a perfect itinerary later on, but don't miss all of these places. So next segment is snowfall prediction. If you are planning a trip between mid-November to March, you are definitely going to see a lot of snow there. But I have got this question a lot of times, that will we be able to witness snowfall? Here is a secret that no one is going to tell you, that you can easily check snowfall prediction in your phone. Just go to the weather app in your phone, type the location, for example type Gulmarg, and you can see the weather prediction and the percentage chance of snowfall on the particular day you are planning to visit there. So then you can plan your activities accordingly. But first things first, you have to decide that what experience you want out of your Kashmir trip. As stunning as it is, but keep in mind that heavy snowfall may close off some of the best spots like Thajivas Glacier or gondola rides in Gulmarg. Roads leading to Aru Valley, Betab Valley, Drum waterfalls can become dangerously slippery. That will lead to ultimately closure of the roads. For a particular day, if snowfall is very heavy, then you have to plan that day in your hotel so you can have a cozy day in your hotel with views of the snowfall from your window. We went in February 2024. It was snowing heavily and we got to experience snowfall on literally every day of our trip. It was the first snowfall of my life, so it is a core memory for me. But as a result, due to that, the places that I mentioned before, like Gondola rides, Thajivas Glacier, everything got closed. So we had to get creative and find alternative ways to make the most of our time there. So as winter 2024-2025 is approaching, we are expecting a very heavy snowfall across the Kashmir Valley as per the weather department. So next segment is how to pack for the Kashmir winters. This is where most people mess up because I've seen so many people underestimating Kashmir winters. But you don't need to pack big suitcases with heavy jackets. You only need these things and you're good to go. First is a good puffer jacket, which is going to be very lightweight, and one puffer jacket is enough for your whole travel. Puffer jackets are generally lightweight, so when you are not feeling that cold, then you can easily carry it with you. You have to pack a lot of thermal inner wears because the key to stay warm in winters is layering. So 2 to 3 thermal wears are also a must. So inside your main outfit, just wear 2 to 3 layers of inner wears. Carry a puffer jacket with you and you are all set for the day. Last is shoes, and do not even think about packing your sports shoes or your trainers on the Kashmir trip because snow is going to seep right in and your feet will be freezing. Instead, opt for high boots before your trip. You can buy a pair of high boots that is going to be with you for the whole trip, or you can also rent high boots if you don't want to buy it. You can get the rented boots from Gulmarg, Pahalgam, and Sonmarg. Everywhere these boots are available whenever you are going in the snow. But be mindful that they are going to cost you between 200 to 300 rupees every time you rent it. And that's it. Pack these three things in your suitcase and you're good to go for the winter trip. Next is network coverage. So do not expect a lot of network in Kashmir, and only Airtel and Jio postpaid SIM works there. So if you have a postpaid SIM, it's good to go. If you have a prepaid SIM, it is not going to work in Kashmir. I had a prepaid SIM, but before going there, I just got transferred it into postpaid, so I was good to go. Make sure you have Google Maps downloaded beforehand. Next, coming to shopping secrets. Avoid shopping at all the touristy spots because I hate to break it to you, all of these touristy spots are just a big scam. Nothing is real. So avoid the tourist markets to shop. For example, do not shop at Meena Bazaar, do not shop in Dal Lake, do not shop in Lal Chowk because everywhere you are going to find fake stuff. And those people know that we are tourists and we do not know how to distinguish between real pashmina or fake pashmina or real saffron or fake saffron. So they take benefit of that and they are going to trap you. So avoid these places for shopping. If you want to shop, you can hit up any government registered showroom. So that is where you are going to get authentic stuff. And for Kashmiri real saffrons, Kashmiri dry fruits, and all the good stuff you can buy from Pampers. So the key is to avoid the touristy traps. So the next segment is activities and their prices. So again, you have to bargain a lot and it is very easy to get overcharged because everywhere tourism is high, so they are going to want to convince you in a price that is as much as possible. So you have to again stick to the government rates. So if you are planning a shikara ride or sledging in Sonmarg or renting ponies in Pahalgam or taking the union taxis from Tanmarg, you just have to stick to the government approved rates, which are generally mentioned on the big boards there. Expect to pay around 1.5 to 2000 rupees for a shikara ride, 300 to 500 for sledging, and about 1.5 thousand to 2000 rupees for ponies. I am also going to show the detailed expenses as I walk you through the itinerary. But do not be afraid to bargain, but make sure that you know the official government rates first. So gondola ride is something that you have to book in advance because there is going to be a huge line and you are not going to get any tickets on the same day. There are two phases of the gondola ride. Phase 1 costs around 800 rupees and phase 2 costs 1000 rupees. It's one of the best deals you will find in Kashmir, and missing out on it is going to be a huge bummer. So book online as soon as your dates are set. Link to book the tickets is in the description. Next segment is the payment options. So cash is widely accepted obviously, but UPI and card payments are also very widely accepted there. Everybody has their own UPI scanner and card machine, so you don't need to worry about it. But yes, as I told you, that network coverage is less and it is always as advisable to carry some cash with you. There are ATMs available in Srinagar as well if you want to withdraw cash in case of emergency. Okay, so now we come to the fun part, the itinerary. How to plan your 7 days in Kashmir. Day 1 is all about soaking in the beauty of Srinagar. So as soon as you land in Srinagar, you can go to the Dal Lake and have breakfast at Lake Ali's Bakery. So this is exactly what we did. It's just in front of Dal Lake and it is so good. Head out to explore magnificent Mughal gardens such as Shalimar Bagh. Don't miss the Shankaracharya temple for breathtaking views of the city. Take a leisurely walk along Dal Lake in the evening and you can finish your day at Lal Chowk where you can try local cuisines and you can explore the vibrant streets of Srinagar. On day 2, we are off to Sonmarg. Yes, it is about 80 kilometers from Srinagar and takes 2 to 3 hours of drive. Get ready for some insane snow views and thrilling adventure. The journey is so beautiful and full of icy cold rivers and snow-capped mountains. We took quite a few stops before we reached Sonmarg. You can also head to Thajivas Glacier. You can take pony rides up to there or you can trek as well. While we faced heavy snowfall and Thajivas was closed, but still we had such a fun time in the Sonmarg Valley. Later that evening, we returned to Srinagar and treated ourselves with the famous Rajma Chawal of the Krishna Vaishnu Dhaba, which is one of the most famous local restaurant there, and you have got to try the hot chocolate from the cafe which is just on the side of the dhaba, and it was so good. Perfect end to such a cold day. So day 3 is going to take us to Gulmarg. So now on day 3 we are going to check out from Srinagar and we are going to head towards Gulmarg. It is about 50 kilometers from Srinagar to Tanmarg and additional 15 kilometers from Tanmarg to Gulmarg. So when you reach at Tanmarg, you are going to change your taxi. You are going to get a local union taxi and then cover that additional 15 kilometers in the 4x4 wheel drive, and once you reach there you have the whole day for yourself, so you can spend your day skiing, snowboarding, eating at the cafes, and of course don't miss the gondola ride. So my suggestion would be, as soon as you reach Gulmarg, head straight to gondola and straight to phase 2 because that's the real deal and you are going to get best views of your life. Once you come back from the gondola ride, you can visit Drunk Waterfall, which is a beautiful frozen waterfall and very beautiful. So post that in the evening, then head to your hotel and check in. We opted for an overnight stay in Tanmarg, which was so calm and peaceful because we wanted a cozy place away from all the touristy hustle bustle. We booked this cozy villa, which was amazing. The view on the next day got completely transformed. As I earlier told you that we got lucky. Every day it was snowing. So it snowed the whole night. We were in Dunmarg, and the next morning when we stepped out of our room, it was amazing. But there are also a plenty of stays option available in Gulmarg only, so you can also opt to stay there as well. On day 4, get up early in the morning because today we are going to Pahalgam, which is about 140 kilometers away from Gulmarg, and it is going to take you 4 to 5 hours of a drive depending how much you stop in between for food or for shopping. The journey is beautiful. We made some delightful shopping stops along the way. Our driver was so kind, he invited us over at Kava or at his house. So we also made a shopping stop, and I ended up buying a gorgeous traditional farran and learned so much about Kashmiri pashminas and how Kashmiri carpets are made. We stayed at Hostel Pahalgam, which was a beautiful property. You can start early in the morning, reach Pahalgam by 12 or 1 p.m. and then you can go visit Pahalgam city center. The city center is a huge market. So from there, you can start your trek to Besaran Valley, which is also known as the mini Switzerland of Kashmir. So you can reach Besaran Valley from foot as well, or you can also take a pony ride from the Pahalgam city center, which is the parking. From there, you can start your journey, and in 1 to 1.5 hours, either by foot or by pony, you are going to reach at the top, which is the Besaran Valley. And it was, again, I don't know how many times I've said this, that it is so beautiful, but yeah, everything is beautiful in Kashmir. Pony ride is going to be very exciting and adventurous, but it is very risky. The ponies are going to walk on the edges of the mountain, so it is not for the weak-hearted. We took the pony ride and I regretted it so much. First of all, poor animals. Second of all, I was so scared the entire ride. At some point, I definitely thought that these are going to be my final moments. You will have to negotiate very hard with the pony walas. Then again, I'm going to tell you that stick to the rates that are mentioned on the board. So you can expect to pay 1.5 thousand, 1500 rupees to 2000 rupees. In the evening, you can come back to your hotel and have a good night's sleep, because on day 5, we are going to Aru Valley and Betab Valley in Pahalgam. They are each about 12 kilometers away from Pahalgam, taking around 30 minutes to reach. Both Aru Valley and Betab Valley in winter is a winter wonderland because they transform into a picturesque snow-covered landscape and snow-capped peaks, creating a magical atmosphere. We also aimed to visit Aru Valley and Betab Valley on day 5, but again it was snowing, the road got slippery, so we ended up going to Besaran Valley on day 5. So on day 6, we are going to return to Srinagar because there is one very important thing that we have not done yet. Day 6, get up, get ready, leave from Pahalgam. So it is going to take you 2.5 hours to reach back to Srinagar because it is around 85 kilometers. On the way, we stopped to buy authentic Kashmiri dry fruits and saffron in Pampore. So if you want, then you can also make a quick stop to buy these stuff. So once in Kashmir, head to Dal Lake for a shikara ride because it is going to be amazing. Your Kashmir trip is going to be incomplete without it. We also tried Kashmiri Wazwan from Mughal Darbar. So if you are a non-vegetarian, then you can also give it a try because the Kashmiri Wazwan is the iconic dish of Kashmir, and Mughal Darbar is the best place to try it. Also stop by Makai Point in the evening to try some delicious Kashmiri street food, which is just opposite to the Dal Lake, and in the evening the whole lake lights up, it gets so beautiful, and the street food was super tasty. This Makai Point is where all the locals eat, so don't miss it. Visit Pari Mahal for amazing city views, and you can also visit Hazrat Bal Dargah and try some local food from outside. While some people also recommend staying on a houseboat in the lake, but I would not recommend it. I would like to say that stay away from houseboats because in winter it is going to get too cold and they are just not warm enough to stay overnight. The water supply is going to be very cold, very dirty. Instead, opt for a cozy stay maybe near Dal Lake or anywhere. We booked a cozy 3 BHK villa which was near airport and it felt like home because freshly made food was being served by the caretakers that live there. On day 7, you are going to take a flight back home, but if you have one extra day, then do plan a visit to Doodh Patri, which is a picturesque meadow known for its breathtaking scenery. It is 45 kilometers away from Srinagar and it is going to take you 2 hours to reach there. This is the ultimate and the best itinerary of Kashmir. But one more thing that you have to take care of is if the snowfall gets a bit heavy, then your flights may get rescheduled or worse, cancelled. But don't worry, you're not going to be stuck there. We faced this situation firsthand. Our flight got cancelled. All the flights on that particular day got cancelled because it was snowing very heavily. We ended up spending 3 hours at the airport and then we got to know okay, all the flights are cancelled. It is not going to get rescheduled for the same day, and we booked a separate flight for the next day and we got the refund of our cancelled flight after 1 month. So be prepared for such unforeseen circumstances when you are planning your trip. So it is wise to keep a flexible itinerary. So always keep 1 day extra just in case that you encounter similar delays. So let me talk about accommodation options and the budget. So in every range, accommodation options are available in Srinagar, Gulmarg and Pahalgam. I don't know about Sonmarg because we did not stay there and it is a very remote town. So I do not recommend staying in Sonmarg. So you can just take a day trip from Srinagar and come back in the evening. So budget hotels are around 1500 to 3000 per night in Srinagar and it can go up to 12,000 per night if it is a luxury accommodation. But detailed breakdown I'm going to give you right here. So in Pahalgam there are a lot of options. You can stay in guest houses, you can stay in homestays, you can stay in hostels, hotels. So the price range for budget is 1500 to 3000 per night. It can go up to 12,000 per night for a luxury stay. In Gulmarg, budget stays can cost you between 3,000 to 6,000 per night and that can go up to 20,000 per night if you go for a luxury accommodation. But there is another category in Gulmarg that is the villas and chalets that is going to give you a very unique stay experience, so you can opt for those as well. Now comes the total budget of your 7-day Kashmir trip. Round trip flight is going to cost 6,000 to 9,000 rupees per person. So for 2 people, the budget can be up to 18,000 rupees for flight. For local transportation, if you are booking a 4-seater cab, then it is going to cost you 2,500 rupees per day. So that brings a total of 17,500 for 7 days. And if you go for a bit expensive car, then you can pay up to 25,000 rupees to 30,000 rupees for whole 7 days. Accommodation for 6 nights can cost you between 25 to 30,000 rupees for a medium budget. Last is the food. So food for 2 people can cost you between 1,000 rupees to 4,000 rupees per day depending on where you are eating. And coming to activities, Gondola phase 1 and phase 2, which is going to cost you 1,800 rupees per person. Then we have pony rides which are 1,500 per person. That also makes a total of 11 to 12,000 rupees for 2 people. You can also keep some budget for your shopping which can be between 5,000 to 10,000 rupees. You can watch my individual vlogs for more detailed itinerary and day-wise cost breakdown, and also check out our first-hand experience of the snow and snowfall and so much more. And now you are all set for your Kashmir trip in winters. I hope you like this video. Let me know in the comments what are your thoughts. Do press the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I am going to see you in the next video. Bye.